You're filming. You're practicing in the gully, I noticed.
Yes, I am. It's a nice little gully to get good in.
It is. Now, it's dry today, so I have to ask you, will you be returning when it's not quite as dry?
I have done it all in the past. When it's wet, it's a lot harder.
It changes its characteristics altogether. The bike itself, you've modified it. You have some crash bars on it. A couple of, yep. Did you put the crash bars on, or was it as such when you bought the bike?
It was as such when I bought it.
And it's a 1200. And how many careful owners prior to yourself?
Only one. Second.
That's rather good. Did it have a huge mileage on it?
No, I bought it with about 4,000 miles on.
Yeah, that's normal sort of for 1200, 1250 or any
The few
BM.
modifications I've done. So I've
Oh, please.
Screen guard,
Yeah.
a little deflector to stop the light coming up so much.
Oh,
I shrunk
yeah.
because it had a big screen on.
Yeah.
So I shrunk the screen down.
Yep.
I've put a homemade raised ear intake on,
Well done.
so it won't.
Yeah, improvise. This is what I like to hear rather
A
than
much bigger skid plate on the bottom.
you have. Yeah. Was that sort of a straightforward accessory that you bought?
Yeah, that's just a Touratech one.
Oh, right, yeah.
The factory fit one is only about the size of an A4 piece of paper.
So it gives a bit of protection to the pipe at the side. Oh dear, you've bent the pipe slightly.
Yeah, that's snapped off. I need to get a new one because I welded it back together but then re-snapped it. Got just a few little bits to protect the electronics from kicking
Oh
them.
yeah,
off your
that's
toes.
handy, yeah.
But other than that, it's relatively standard.
Well, that's remarkable because as I mentioned earlier,
Knobbly tyres.
oh, you have got a nice aggressive headset on the back there, aren't they? Oh, I bet they nice tremor when you get driving along the road on those. That is a nice little bike, isn't it? And as I said to you when we first met, you don't see many people riding these on Salisbury Plain.
No.
Well, not on these sections, you know,
No,
the
not at all.
metallic. So I'm very taken on. Have you thought of bark busters, or are these a reinforced?
No,
they're
they're
not.
only plastic.
Yeah.
But I've never had a problem.
Good.
My brake snapped, but only the very end of it, so that doesn't bother me. I can get around that.
Yeah, put an extension on it.
The other modification I've done is I've disconnected
Yeah.
the switch for the side stand.
Right. Now, was that giving you perhaps problems, or was there issues with it?
It would occasionally, if you hit a big bump and the side stand moved, it cut the bike out.
I see.
So I just disconnected it so it will not cut the bike out at all.
Now, is that a slightly modified?
Oh yeah, I snapped the piece that was out off, so I've just used a piece of threaded bar and a couple of nuts to.
Yes. Oh, well done. Now, this is what I do enjoy, is that someone is able to improvise and they don't have to return to BMW, but
No,
they
they
prefer.
cost so much money. I changed the clutch myself and everything.
You've put a new clutch in.
I did.
Well
And
done.
that was a pig.
Oh yeah.
Absolute pig.
Yeah, that's good you mentioned that, because there's some YouTube videos which they're engaged in the same.
Yeah, I'll pick the right day for it though, because I've heard it's been horrendously muddy on here.
A couple of weeks ago I was absolutely in a mire with my bicycle. The bicycle, I just couldn't turn the wheels round. It was a hell of a journey. I never thought I was going to get back in. It was only 4 miles.
Right, well I'm away anyhow.
Oh,
so.
right.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to get some fantastic riding down here.
Indeed there is, yeah. You also, I think, no, Mazzotti forks, and they used to get a head shake on it at 50 miles an hour. We get a bit of a flap on it. That was always nice.
He's
Bit
rock stable up
uncertain.
to more than 50.
Yeah, that's a nice bike. And how long have you owned the bike?
So I bought it. It was only a year old when I got it, and it's a 59 plate. So
That's, yeah.
I've had it for 12-ish years.
And were you as careful with it when you first bought the bike as you are with it now?
I was more careful because
Diligently polishing and washing it.
I'd never ridden off-road when I bought it. So riding off-road was a completely new experience. So I was terrified, and every little slip was a
Yeah,
issue.
possible catastrophe.
Whereas now,
Doesn't matter.
I don't care.
No.
I do care, I don't want to kill it,
No.
but I'm not worried about dropping it or falling off.
I would say it's starting at the deep end on a 1200, but but they're noticeably lighter when I was looking at the numbers. So 1150, the 1150 was, I think, quite heavier than the 1200. So you made the right decision with it. And of course, do you adopt the BMW posture when you're raising the bike?
No.
No, okay.
No, I just bang over and pick it up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't go with legs, I just reinforce it.
Oh right, I thought you would reverse yourself and then you would force it in reverse and then lift up the bars. And
No, my picking up posture is terrible.
That is, well, I'm very pleased. Thank you for running through over that. And I'm glad to see you don't carry pillion passengers. I think that's totally unnecessary.
Virtually never have a pillion on it.
Same as me in the van. You know, I've taken the passenger seat out. Far more, how can I say, hardcore.
Well, it just means I can strap things to it if I need to.
That's
Like
handy.
doing trips away and stuff.
Yeah, do you do much travelling with it?
Try to as much as you can.
Yeah.
Like family commitments.
Oh,
you
right.
can't go away as much as you like. But last year, me and one of my friends, he was on a 700 tenere, went to Spain.
Oh wow,
To do
is that the latest 700 tenere?
Yeah, it's a 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're not talking sort of
To
1980s.
do
Or...
the TEP, the TEP Trans-Euro Trail.
Right, that's the Pyrenees Alps.
So we got into Santander.
Yes.
You can get it comes like the route actually leads you off the ferry, and it's
Do you take a left?
turn left and all the way to Andorra.
Oh yes, that's rather nice. I've cycled up in Andorra.
It does a complete circumference of Spain.
Oh,
the actual route.
the circumference of Spain. So you could have turned right
You
and
could have
then
turned right and carried on that way as well.
yeah, if you had the time.
Yes.
Yes, that's a wonderful route. It sounds totally remarkable.
It's brilliant. We like the highest point we got to was about 8,500 feet all off road up mountains.
Oh, lovely. That does sound rather good. Yes, I think Austin Vince uses that area when he has a, if you know Austin Vince.
I do know one, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's it, the first Fundura or something.
Enduro and his twin shot trail bike.
Yes, that's right, yes. Lives on a barge now, I believe. Wonderful, that's great. Thank you very much for sharing that with me. As I said, I always look for off-road riders. There are two who frequent the areas on Africa Twins.
Okay.
And that's quite an interesting talking to them, but there are a lot of how can I say bodyguards on them. It's